Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the how-to series. I hope you're well today, gaming for XP. First of all, I want to start today's episode by, I'm getting a bit of reflection in my glasses. We'll just take those off. There we go, I can't say a thing now. I'd just like to start the episode by thanking everybody who has contributed to the series thus far. I know a lot of you have made some really great comments in the comment section down below on each of these videos, and I know that a lot of you are learning a whole lot of things on that's going to help your channel, and that's the main reason I wanted to put this series together. I wanted to put a whole series of information that you don't necessarily get when you're a YouTuber, that you will be useful for your own channel. So as long as you are getting some value out of the series, I will continue to put this series out and cover all different subjects. I have a very reasonably long list of things that I can cover on this segment. So that's the first thing. So today what we are going to do is we're going to cover green screens and how you might use that in your own channel, on your own channel. So I think the first thing to do is to get some kind of idea or some kind of definition what a green screen actually is. And so I've got a little bit of a definition which I'll put in now, which says, in film and video techniques such as chroma keying. Now chroma key or chroma keying is the technical name for green screening. So if you hear the term chroma key, that's just referring to a green screen. A green background in front of a moving subject or filmed in which allows a separate filmed background to be added to a final image. So, sounds a bit confusing. Let me simplify it a little bit. So essentially what you're doing, what the green screen will allow you to do through software is to take out the background and make it transparent and add in another background into that. Why would you do that? Well, as you would see by some of the footage that I'm about to show you, you can use it for streaming. I do intros and outros with it. I do a whole lot of stuff on the channel with it. Now, is it super complicated? No, it isn't. As long as you can get some software that has the ability to chroma key the background, it is fairly straightforward. Now, why do I do it? You'll see a lot of YouTubers, and it's something I would love to do. A lot of YouTubers will use a very nice little background, which is usually the room, their gaming room, the bedroom, whatever, as their backdrop. I don't have that luxury, and you're about to see why. I'm going to show you the footage, this footage, and show you what's in the background, and you'll see there's a whole lot of crap lying around. Behind me I have a mirrored wardrobe, and so it isn't viable for me to have a nice background. Now, I could photograph a couple of backgrounds of my computer screens, which I'll probably try and do and add in about now, and I could use that. Otherwise, you can just use a green screen, and we will take you through today, and we will show you exactly how to set up a green screen. You don't need to have a lot of money to do it. And I'll show you how I do it and how I like it. So here we are at Gaming for XP's headquarters, and there's my green screen. This green screen cost me all of about $5 Australian, and I'll show you around. So let's look at the setup first. So there's all my monitors there. Right here is the webcam and my gaming monitor, and then on the iMac there, it also has a camera, and that's the one I generally use for the how-to series. And then behind that we have a light which I need to switch on right here. It's a video light, and if we just reach around the back there, you'll see we have a little bit of a lighting setup. Switch it off again. This is pretty much where I sit down here, and behind is the green screen, which, as you can see, is homemade, and it's on a light stand there, right there. I might just switch that light off. There you go. So it's not an overcomplicated setup at all. So one thing I do want to draw your attention to is how you light your green screen, and you can see I've got side to side footage here, but the more even that you light your green screen, and the fewer kind of wrinkles and stuff you have in your green screen, the better. It will make your processing of your footage a lot cleaner. And as I showed you, I just have a little LED video light. You are supposed to, if you really want to get technical, you are supposed to light your face plus the green screen separately, and I'll show you a little diagram in a second how some of the pros actually do this. So essentially this is probably set up for a professional stills camera more than anything, rather than video, but you can use it, you can apply it to video too, and you can see there's a number of lights that they're using to get the light right. I would say just for your YouTube channel, you either go with kind of setup I've got, which is a video light, and a lot of YouTubers will use kind of a front light with a softbox or a diffuser on it. The video light that I have has the ability to have two sets of LEDs, and I will leave down in the description a full kind of setup list of the equipment I'm using, and it has an intensity, light intensity switch. I'm also lucky, if you were watching the footage or if you want to roll back the footage, I have a window off to my right, and so what I tend to do is I tend to balance off the light hitting the back of the green screen, and I use the video light to light my face, and I try and balance it out that way. But ideally you want one light to light your body and another light to light the screen to make it even. You can see here in the footage though, if you pay attention, if you look on the left hand side it is very light, and on the right hand side it's very dark, and so that can give you a few issues in post to get rid of that. I'm pretty lucky, I use DaVinci Resolve, and I actually, that software is very good at, I've figured out a technique of how to do it, which I'm rolling now, which I'll do a separate tutorial on, but I've figured out a way of doing it that is pretty good, and it satisfies what I need to do. And as you can see, I'm taking the green background out. This gives me the ability to clean it up quite nicely. Things like Elgato and OBS have a different way of doing this, but it's a case of just playing around with the sliders. There's no, I can't give you a guide on your particular setup because every software that you're going to use is a little bit different. I know the iMovie, trying to green screen the iMovie is completely different again. So you're going to just have to fiddle around with what you've got, or have a look on YouTube for a specific tutorial for the software that you're using. Now I am quite happy, if you want to leave some comments below, to show you how to do it in both OBS and in Elgato, because that's the two that I have that I use. Plus I'm happy to do a tutorial with DaVinci Resolve, which is the one you're seeing now. We could effectively put those three together into one video. Let me know if that's of interest, and I'm happy to put that together for you guys. Things you need to keep an eye out for when you're using a green screen. Now, you might have asked the question, why is it a green screen? Well, one of the things is, technically with chroma keying, you could use any color you like, technically. They use a green screen basically because if you used something, for instance, like red, it would interfere with your skin tones. And so it's a couple of things you have to watch out for with a green screen. Number one, you've got to be careful what you're wearing, and I'll show you that I have deliberately wore a green top today. There we go. We'll take that off, and you will see the effect it has once I get this top off. Ooh, a bit of a sun on my face. You'll also notice my earphones here have a green accent on them, and you can see they blend into the background if you look very closely. So that's the green screen effect. So you got to be very careful on what you're wearing with the green screen. Now, the other thing that might happen, hang on, we just put that back on because that's probably distracting. That I'm just let's go ahead and set arms. The other thing you got to be careful with a green screen is that you might get a green cast on your face or whatever. So one of the things to do with that, if you're experiencing a green cast on your face or something, all you have to do is move the green screen away from you. Make sure that you set up the lighting a little bit more. So those are the two kind of things that you have to worry about when you're green screening. Apart from that, get cracking. There's no excuse now. You know what to do. If there is any questions that you have that haven't been quite clear from this how-to episode, please let me know down in the description or the comment section below, and I'm happy down there. I'm happy to answer those questions. I think next week what we might do is we might do a whole series on, or a whole episode on the various different softwares. Oh, like that sun's not being pleasant today, is it? The softwares that I can show you how to green screen first of all for this kind of stuff, for intros and tutorials and stuff, and secondly for streaming. And hopefully that will help you. Okay guys, thanks for watching the how-to series. Thanks for supporting the channel. A like rating is always appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that big red button, and we'll catch you next time on Gaming for XP. See ya.